How you feeling today, Queen?
I'm feeling great.
Feeling good, looking great. That's what's up. You came early and on time, ready to go with a beautiful smile. So tell us a little bit about you. Where are you from, and what brings you here today?
So my name is Shakri, but I go by Cree.
Okay.
I'm 26. I'm from New Jersey, but I've been living in Florida for most of my life now.
Okay.
About like a year ago, I started to seriously consider making music. But
Okay.
I've always been involved in music through high school and middle school.
That's awesome. Okay, so we know that you're crazy with the vocals. So tell us a little bit about like what pushed you, what motivated you to wanna really start. Like you said recently. So what kind of gave you that drive? Like let me just start now.
So like a year ago, I was just sitting in my room listening to one of my favorite artists.
Who?
Lucky Day.
Okay.
And I was like thinking, I'm always doing karaoke. I'm always singing. I'm like,
Yeah.
I should do this because this is what I love doing.
Mhm.
So I decided to take this step seriously to do it. And then not long after that, that's when I got another artist from Turkey messaged me on Instagram to collab with him. And then that was the first song that I did.
What? That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's exciting opportunity. So do you have anybody like in particular that you feel like motivated you or encouraged you to really start your journey?
In particular, I guess I would just say my musical influences.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. And we know a lot of times, I talk a lot about mental health. We know that sometimes things aren't always easy. Like we get discouraged. We feel, like we can't do this. So tell us a little bit about an opportunity or an experience that you had where you had an opportunity to kind of like conquer that fear or, like a tribulation that you went through to kind of keep you going.
I guess I would say like initially starting out, it's kind of discouraging because I write a lot of songs, but I don't necessarily have the tracks to go with them. Because for me, I literally write the lyrics and I have the melody in my head, but I can't always create the music.
Okay.
So it can be a little frustrating, but other than that, I just keep going and just networking and trying to see who can help me.
So what's next for you? Like, where can we where are you gonna be performing? Where can we see you? What's
next, I might be doing like a podcast with someone who
Okay.
messaged me, but
All
I'm
right.
not sure
You're
when
not
that's
sure
gonna be
yet?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's in the works,
All
but
right.
I just go to different open mics when I can.
All right. That's awesome. Yeah, we would love to support you. So who are your top 3 artists
Top 3 artists.
and why?
Like overall?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna say Mint Condition, Mariah Carey.
Mariah
and
Carey. Feels like Christmas is her month. I mean, December is
Yeah.
her month. I'm sorry. So like,
What can I think
yeah,
of? 3?
she just like she gets royalties. Like,
Yeah.
what'd you say?
I'm trying to think of a third one.
Right. You gotta say me. I'm just playing. Nah, I'm just joking.
I'm gonna go say Joyce Royce.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what's your process like? Like when you write? Like what's your process like? Some people they light candles, like they set vibes. What's your process like?
Sometimes I light candles, but mostly I just kind of like listen to music. A lot of times when I write songs, they just come to me. So I'll just be doing something randomly and I'll have like a melody or song in my head. So then I try to stop and write that down so I don't forget it. So it's kind of organic and it just kind of depends on, what's going on.
Okay. So if you could encourage a younger you, what would you like? What kind of piece of advice would you give them?
If I could encourage a younger me, I would say don't be afraid to do what you truly want to do. Don't let people intimidate you or make you feel like you can't do it.
Right.
Just come out of your shell and just do it because you only have one life and you gotta do what makes you happy and make it worth it.
Right. Definitely. I think that's awesome. I work with a lot of young queens that I'm a middle school teacher and they, they get nervous and they want to sing and stuff. And I'm like, I hear you. And they try to like, hide it. I'm like, got to bring it out. So that's good. We appreciate you. We're excited to have you, here. And we know you have a track that you're going to play in a little bit. Tell us a little bit about this track.
So this is like the first song I made with someone.
Okay.
Han, he messaged me on Instagram.
Right.
I started posting covers, and he messaged me to like write a song with him.
Like through Instagram Reels?
Yeah.
Okay.
And TikTok too, but I share them on Instagram.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
So he messaged me to write some lyrics with him, and then that's how the song came together.
Okay.
And he like posted his mixtape with that song on there.
So. Okay. That's awesome. Yeah, we're so excited to hear. So, is there anybody that you want to shout out or give special thanks to before we introduce the track? Anybody? You know?
Hey guys, everyone who's watching. Thanks for watching.
Okay. All right, so let's introduce your track and tell us where they can find you if they want to, make sure they find you and your music, your socials.
So my TikTok and Instagram is Shakriya, but it's spelled SHOUKRYAH.
All right.
So it's like my name, but...
Okay. All right, and let's introduce your track.
All right, so this is Getting High featuring me with Han 216.
All right, let's get into it.
Job is on the track, let's go.
So drunk and high, everybody's here till the sun won't shine. We party all night, only got one life. Wave your hands in the sky. That's so drunk and high, everybody's here till the sun won't shine. We party all night, only got one life. Wave your hands in the sky.
That's not late, that's movie time. Tekele gidip bana biraz içki al. It makes no matter who we are. Yes I'm white, baby hold my pipe, baby hold my pipe. İçip hayallere dal, bunu sana sormam nereye kadar. Daha gidip varacağım hayallerim var. Overdose music, I'm getting high. Leave it all behind, ain't no excuse dude, oh my god. Ain't no porking at the light. Müziğin bir hastalık yaratır olay. Zarları at düşüş gelirse kolay. Sözlerimi anlamıyorsun diyor ne bulan. Koz yatağı Orlando bu dile kolay. Ain't no excuse I'm getting high.
I'm so drunk and high, everybody's here till the sun won't shine. We party all night, only got one life. Wave your hands in the sky. I'm so drunk and high, everybody's here till the sun won't shine. We party all night, only got one life. Wave your hands in the sky.
Yarın ay, birkaç sene sonra biz de oluruz olay. Direksiyonda Han, 216 lan. Yüksel Orlando'ya selam Samandıra'dan. Cebimizde para yok, hayalleri kovalar. Şehir bizi paralar. Para yok ki babadan, deli gibi tırmalar. Yükseliriz yan o iyice azalır bu basamak. Yarın ay, baby getting high. Sorunlar, baby sonum olur sorunlar. Dumandan, baby gözükmüyor yolunda. Yorulmam dedim ama bitmez sorunlar. Ekibim rütbe, tırmanırız yüksek. Tepelerde olmak hedefimiz dikkat düşle. Çıktık yola küsmek yok, bu sefer göreceğiz 32 dişle.
I'm so drunk and high, everybody's here till the sun won't shine. We party all night, only got one life. Wave your hands in the sky. I'm so drunk and high, everybody's here till the sun won't shine. We party all night, only got one life. Wave your hands in the sky.
Getting high, baby getting high. Sorunlar, baby sonum olur sorunlar. Dumandan, baby gözükmüyor yolunda. Yorulmam dedim ama bitmez sorunlar.
Hello.
Ooh, Spark House.
Turn up.
AG.
Crazy. Yeah. This the part where they start going crazy. Started getting paid when I stopped doing favors. Getting money, they gon' all start hating. Throw it up and watch them change their faces. It's the part where they start going crazy. Started getting paid when I stopped doing favors. When you get money, they gon' all start hating. Throw it up and watch them all start shaking. We got it looking like the All-Star game. That was your bitch, I wonder why she came. I been counting money all goddamn day. Ain't running out, I got more on the way. Yeah, plenty of bottles, got the whole club waist. On the gram, he be talking a lot, see me don't say shit. Your main bitch is a fan, yeah, I'm a favorite. You think you talking about money, I told him save it. Bitches tripping, they thinking I'm finna save them. Plug ain't speaking no English, but we still make sense. Nothing up but the way did. Girl, stop playing like I ain't him. She ain't had the answers, had to phone a friend. Bands on me, I got drugs in the whip. I'm making more than her and I ain't got a strip. Welcome to the life of a pimp. Hold on, she brought me red bottom soap. I told her bring me Jimmy too. Fucking up, you might as well bring two. My niggas with me, might as well bring a few. I stay the same, never change on the crew. It's all the same every day, nothing new. I said I stay the same, never change on the crew. It's all the same every day, nothing new. Yeah, this the part where they start going crazy. Started getting paid when I stopped doing favors. Getting money, they gon' all start hating. Throw it up and watch them change their face. It's the part where they start going crazy. Started getting paid when I stopped doing favors. When you get money, they gon' all start hating.
All right. Free Yourself Radio. We back at it again with Malcolm Shakur. Not Tupac, but Malcolm. Let's go. How you feeling?
I'm feeling amazing right now.
Okay, why are you feeling amazing?
Because life is beautiful.
Yes, sir.
You know?
So we are so excited. Let me just tell you about Malcolm. So first of all, I have a nonprofit organization, Mentor Kids. He has sponsored some of our youth. He has showed love, you know what I'm saying, to our open mics, our radio show. So we appreciate you so much. So tell us a little bit about you. Tell us about you.
Okay, a little bit about myself. Started music when I was about in elementary school.
Okay.
My first performance was a cappella freestyle, no beat, for 45 minutes straight. Just really the love of word, poetry. Started out with Po Faces, created by Alan James, a.k.a. Chef. And he was kind of like the introduction from getting me on Jacksonville radio to performing every other Thursday, and just really inclining me to what poetry is,
Fire.
So that was my introduction to the music world.
And tell us, so where were you born? Like
Jacksonville, Florida.
Yes.
Duval.
That's where you coming from today, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay,
Came
yes,
from
sir.
there.
All right. So, what inspires you the most when it comes to, your artistry and your craft? Where do you feel like you draw the most inspiration from?
My most inspiration would come from family, faith, and that beautiful queen over there that always keep me up.
Yes, sir. We love that. We love when kings recognize their queens. That's super fire. That's super fire. So what do you typically find yourself writing about the most? What's the content? What's the topics?
Mental health. Because it's like I can't even count on my hands how many times that I felt like I was going to give up on life.
Facts.
Had some trials and errors with that. So to be here standing right now and, being in situations where I almost lost my life 3 times without even, it's just off of work ethic and just powering through everything, my schedule to life, to trying to balance everything. Sometimes God humbles you, and really thoroughly.
Yeah. Well, we appreciate you being so vulnerable about that. So, what was that experience like? How were you able to overcome that?
I overcame it just, well, for one, I was resuscitated whenever I was on a deploy because I was in the military. And for 2, just your mindset had to be, stronger than anything because of the fact that the injury made me lose like 10, 15 pounds immediately. And then I just fought back. I worked out, just kept eating, kept God, kept faith. And that's how I got through that.
Nah, we appreciate that. So you talked a little bit earlier about your tattoos and mental health. Tell us a little bit about those tattoos.
Okay, so my right hand is the past, all past mistakes, things that I could not control. And the left hand is my future, new growth, staying away from negativity, things that I used to do, like old habits like drinking and smoking, taking a turn away from things like that. So both together, it's equilibrium.
Okay. I love that. So, what do you have coming up? Like, what can we expect? What's coming for you?
The next thing, well, right now I'm working on an album that I call "They Hurt Me and Called Me a Monster Later." It's about all my past relationships, trials and errors.
Juicy.
Yeah, it's gonna be a little bit juicy because I feel like the more that I talk about things, the better I get at it.
Right.
So I got that. I'll be seeing everybody the all white event, the 22nd. Yeah,
yes, sir,
22nd. I'll be there.
Yeah.
Okay. A lot of things going on. I'm gonna be trying to start my own little events from time to time and just keep everybody informed about that.
That's fire.
We don't have enough poets in Jacksonville. We have typical.
They got a few out there though.
They got a few, but it's like primarily they try to stick to this trend, and then we got to break that barrier as people together. Because I mean, violence is not the answer. Violence isn't the only topic. Let's talk about love. Let's talk about passion. Let's talk about growth.
That's so important you said it, because yesterday I was hanging out with some of my youth downtown Lake Yola, and she was like, why is it that all the trauma poems get all the, the 10s and the slams? Like, what about healing? What about when you're healed? What about love? Like, is that not life too? So I think that's interesting. You know, we gotta celebrate and things like that. So I really love that you say that. So who is there anybody that you want to shout out or give acknowledgement?
Again,
to
I gotta say my queen that's here right now.
Yes,
like
sir.
I give her nothing but all the attention because
right.
without her, I don't have my mindset. I'm not focused. And when I slip up, she fixed where I slip up, and God and family.
That's amazing. Praise God for that. We're so excited, and I believe you have a track for us today, yeah?
Oh yeah, most definitely.
Yes, sir.
My best track thus far. I also have a video for it.
Okay.
But I don't know if I sent the video, but it's called Top Down.
All right. So where can we find you? Where can everybody find you? Tap in.
I'm not being cocky, but if you Google MALCOMSHAKUR or Instagram MALCOMSHAKUR.AOK.
Make sure. All right. And before we get into your track, I got one last question. So how does it feel for your last name to be Shakur? How does that feel? Like, do you?
It carries a lot of weight. It carries a lot of weight. A lot of people say you're related to Tupac. I'm not. I took Malcolm X, Tupac Shakur, put it into one person. So it's the literature mindset, the combating political thoughts, and then the individual that comes at political thoughts with more of aggression, because that's my equilibrium.
Love that. So thorough. We love to have it. Malcolm Shakur, let's get into your track. So you want to introduce it?
Yes. So this track is called Top Down by Malcolm Shakur, and basically it's a fun track. You riding around the city, you just letting your hair down, just vibing, just chilling. Whoever you chilling with, you just relaxing, because life is beautiful.
All right, let's go. Let's get into it.
This that one right here. Yeah. Riding up with that top down. You know you look sexy, babe. Riding up with that top down. You know you look fancy, babe. Riding up with that top down. You know you look sexy, babe. Riding up with that top down. You know you look fancy, babe. Mobbing up with that top down. You know you look sexy, babe. Mobbing up with that top down. You know you look fancy, babe. Mobbing up with that top down. You know you look sexy, babe. Mobbing up with that top down. You know you look fancy. Let's go. This is the day that I gotta say I had to put all my pain away. All my frustrations I put in the music. So elevated and so concentrated. I got the juice and I'm saucy, I'm dripping. Life is circumference with no direction. Provocative image and devils be dancing and sticking the faith, but I'm spiting these demons. Haunting these heathens. Whipping and running like scrimmage. Impeccable, adding the flavor. Ferocious with punching. Lighting something. Guess it's inside of the water or something. This is the day that I had to say I had to put all my pain away. Painting my blood on every cave and spitting that fire since biblical days. Malcolm is hitting and starting a wave. Right in the front and then all in the face. We going up and it's all the way. We going up and it's all the way. Riding up with that top down. You know you look sexy, babe. Riding up with that top down. You know you look fancy, babe. Riding up with that top down. You know you look sexy, babe. Riding up with that top down. You know you look fancy, babe. Mobbing up with that top down. You know you look sexy, babe. Mobbing up with that top down. You know you look fancy, babe. Mobbing up with that top down. You know you look sexy, babe. Mobbing up with that top down. You know you look fancy, babe. The very next day and I started to thinking like, who am I God to take the position? I've been broken down, heartbroken feelings. What is life? What is my purpose? Never understood what I really wanted, but I understand love and the feelings. Fake love, forget it, you can keep it. Omniscient, omnipotent vision. Gotta be on your mental, thinking of your vision. Make reality and fruition. Clear all congestion with cognition. I'm a driving force and I'm so special. I'ma be the greatest, staying so humble. Force of a lion when I run through the person in the mirror matter to you. The person in the mirror matter to you. This is the day that I gotta say I had to put all my pain away. Peekaboo, pick up the beat. It's time to eat. The boys for tea. Yeah. Riding up with that top down. You know you look sexy, babe. Riding up with that top down. You know you look fancy, babe. Riding up with that top down. You know you look sexy, babe. Riding up with that top down. You know you look fancy, babe. Mobbing up with that top down. You know you look sexy, babe. Mobbing up with that top down. You know you look fancy, babe. Mobbing up with that top down. You know you look sexy, babe. Mobbing up with that top down. You know you look fancy, babe. Tell me, what do you see when you look in the eyes of me? I gotta live, I gotta eat, I gotta strive, I do this for me. I gotta win, that's all I see. Top down.
Raider.
city lost me. Big dog flossing, spending millions all on watches. They trying to stop it. They racing rough into the top, but they gotta stop it all. Dog, just stop it. Y'all shit steady flopping. Homies need to weigh their options. This shit on and popping. Call me rough and Big Papa. Ladies looking awesome. Forgot to call the pilot. Fuck it, guess I'm driving. Swerving under mileage. Yeah. Well, fuck it up. Pouring the double cup. Stacking my money up, yeah. Dreaming of nothing. Made it to something. Got my little hustle up, yeah. If you got it, then you got it, my nigga. Go drink it.
All right. Free Yourself Radio. We are back with EQ, the architect. How you feeling today?
Sensational.
Sensational. I like that choice of word. That's what's up. So, what brings you here today? What are you here to talk about?
Man, I'm here to let everybody know who I am.
Yeah, and who are you?
I am EQ, the architect.
Okay.
Raised in Virginia.
Oh, what part?
757.
What? I used to live in Norfolk for a little bit.
Oh,
I went to ODU. Worked at the MacArthur Mall.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Whatever, Tidewater coming. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, cool. No,
Masego.
I lived in Suffolk and Williamsburg for a while, so yeah.
Okay, all right. That's what's up. So how long you been doing your thing? I know you make the beats.
Mm-hmm.
You know, how long you been doing that?
I've been composing since I was 14.
Okay.
But I've been making beats since I was in college, so 2018.
What inspired you to like really start taking it serious?
So I'm kind of a hard-headed person. So when I was growing up, I was grounded a lot.
Dang.
Yeah.
They had nothing else to do but be in the house, like.
Yeah, no, and that's the thing. I didn't even get to touching a computer, touching a DAW or anything until I got to college.
Okay.
So I was fully on paper, and since I was grounded and I didn't have the technology in my room, Caribbean parents.
Yeah.
But since I didn't have the technology in my room, I had instruments.
Okay.
So
that's good.
You know, band class, I keep going. I was drum major, so you know, I focused on my craft.
That's what's up. It's crazy. Like when I was in middle school, I tried out for the drums. They told me no because I was a girl. Can you believe that? It's crazy.
That's trifling.
But
That's
I like the instruments. My daughter, she's 9. I have her in piano lessons and stuff too. Trying to teach at a young age. So that's super dope. So who are like some of your inspirations when it comes to producers and things of that nature?
Of course, Virginia, Timbaland, Pharrell. But if I'm being real, I'd also have to go across the pond. Artists and producers like JME, Skepta, J1, crazy artists,
Yeah, so like basically when you create, how long would it take? Would you say that it would take you to make a beat?
It depends. It depends. If I'm tailoring a beat to somebody, right? It could take me from 30 minutes to a week. Like it depends because
are you one of those producers that like lock yourself in the studio or in the room, don't eat, don't shower, don't nothing until you done? Come out the next day like a caveman type thing?
Absolutely. Come
live
out
in the studio,
full beard.
I see some memes about that. It's like when you're tapped in, like you don't I have a producer, shout out Drop Dream City. He's so fire, and he's like, I'll hit him up one day and then the next day I'm like, where you at? He's like, I didn't even leave. I'm like, what you mean? Like, you didn't go to eat nothing?
Yeah.
But you just putting in that work.
Yeah, you have to. You have to, especially nowadays. You got a lot of competition in the producer world.
All right. Do you like sampling or?
I do. I love sampling.
Do you like to go to like the vinyl shops, or you just like go online and look on like?
I started out as a house producer, basically like synths and everything. But as soon as I got to Orlando, I started crate digging like crazy, because where I was, we didn't have vinyl shops. Like it was just
Yeah, that's really dope. That's a cool experience. Yeah, I love that too. When I used to be married for a long time, and my ex-husband, I would wake up and he just looking for like samples and stuff and doing all that. So it was super. I seen like the process of it. That's super dope. Yeah. So what do you have coming up that we can expect from you? Like are you dropping any like beat tapes or?
Yes, I am.
Okay.
Beginning of next year, I'm dropping a project, Bodega Marina.
Okay.
Bodega because I lived in Brooklyn for a while, and Marina because I'm always next to the sea.
All right. So. You say you're Caribbean, yeah?
Yeah.
What part?
Jamaican. My mom's Jamaican.
Okay. That's what's up.
Yeah.
All right. So you do like any like Afro beats and all that type vibe?
Of course.
On dance hall? Where
Yeah.
That's super fire. And you have a track, something for us to listen to today,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
That's dope. Before we get into that, is there anybody that you kind of want to shout out or give acknowledgement to?
Of course.
Of course. Who would that be?
My boys Scott and Hurston, or
Yes,
as everybody else knows,
Hurston, we love you.
HM Beats, Storm
HM
Joint.
Beats.
Those are my guys. I
Yes,
love them. They
same.
yesterday we just did a producer meetup.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I was there.
it was beautiful stuff. Beautiful stuff.
Collabs, heavy,
Yeah.
crazy.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
definitely shout out HM Beats, man. He's dope. He's really humble. And we love it. That's what's up. So we're gonna get into your track. Where can people find you? Of course.
Everywhere. EQ the Architect, all one word. If you don't know how to spell architect, Google will fix it for you. I got you.
Word.
Yeah.
And it's holiday, season. If you want to buy a beat from him to give as a gift, least exclusive rights.
Yeah,
Make
of
sure
course.
you hit him up. All right, so we're gonna introduce the track. So.
The track is Octo People. It's Abstract House.
Hey, let's go. Let's go. All right, Free Yourself Radio. We are back with the King B1U. How you feeling today, sir?
I'm feeling blessed, you know.
Okay.
It's another day.
Apparently, you popular on the live. Everybody's waiting for you. So what's up? Where you from? Tell us about a little bit about you.
Yeah, so my name is B1U, you know. I'm from Mexico, but I've been here like almost all my life.
Yeah.
You know, I got to represent Orlando, you feel me? Because I've been raised here. I like to drop knowledge, you know. Like, I like to be able to be a light.
Hear that. It's really important that we use our, our platform intentionally.
Yeah.
I tell people that a lot. So when you say that, what do you mean? Like with the way you move, your testimony, your words, your presence? Like in what way?
I would say mainly in the energy, you know, because everybody goes through stuff, you know. I could feel sad someday, and I could like try to express that in my music, but at the same time I wanted people to have fun, you know. Like when I perform, I want the energy to be good. You know, people are there, like, you're not paying to just, you know, be bored. You want to have fun. You want to, like, you know, enjoy yourself, make memories. So that's what
So tell us a little bit more about your name. You know,
B1U?
Yeah, tell us about that.
It stands for, well, I mean, B1U is because it be yourself. There's only one you. So you know, it's, well, originally my name was always Blue, but it's just like, I realized how a lot of people try to mimic someone they're not.
Facts.
And I just wanted to change.
Yeah, I love that you say there's only one you. Like, it's really important because I feel like, myself included, like, a lot of times we find ourselves on accident, you know, just comparing to other people. Especially social media contributes to that. And it's like, yo, like, you're you. Like, you don't got to conform, you know what I'm saying? You don't have to try to sound like them. Like, they're dope too, but so are you.
That's what makes you unique.
And the confidence is key. Like, I told one of my students the other day, I'm like, listen, even if you know, like, they call each other musty dusty. I'm like, it doesn't matter. Like, the way you are, musty dusty crusted, but carry yourself with some confidence. You're going to, get the little girl from Valentine's Day. He's like, okay, miss. I was like, yeah, like, you gotta own it. Like, even if you feel like you don't look good, I say, man, I look good. Man, I sound good. Man, I'm a valuable asset. You know, like, you need me in your circle type thing. So we love that. So tell us a little bit more about, like, your experience as an artist. Like, what's the process like for you, you know?
So I'm not going to lie. This is bad. I don't recommend this. But
all right, it's okay. It's a judge-free zone, man.
80% of my songs are written in the car while I'm driving. You know?
I hear that. so like, you freestyle or you be writing while you driving?
I be writing.
Don't tell anybody, okay?
Don't tell nobody.
You be writing? Right.
Mom, I don't do that shit. I mean, I don't do that stuff.
Your mom is watching. Shout out to Mama Dukes. Hey.
Nah, yeah, but I just, like, I put on a beat, you know, and if it speaks to me, that's when I start writing to it.
Like on BeatStar or YouTube, or where do you go? Where do you?
YouTube.
Or
YouTube
somebody
mainly.
sends you? Oh, YouTube? All right, word. Okay. So what are your favorite type beats? Like, what do you normally go to?
Okay, so.
Type beats type thing.
It be Baby King.
Who?
Baby King.
Oh, Baby King. All right, that's fire.
His beats go hard.
I'm gonna have to look that up myself.
Yeah,
because I spend a lot of time in my car too. All right, so I know you have a track about pain. So tell us a little bit about that. You know, we touch a lot on mental health here. You know, as artists, like, I feel like it's very important and it gets overlooked. You know, what have been, you know, some things that maybe you've had to go through or overcome during your experience as an artist?
So as my experiences as an artist, I would say that it was pretty difficult at the beginning because I was a pretty, like, you know, I was a lot in my head, you know, and so I had to realize, like, you know, if I fall down, you got to get back up. You know, consistency is key.
Sink or swim.
So, yeah, Pain is one of the first songs that I've made. It was dedicated for my mother and my brother. And, yeah.
Word. Okay. So, who else would you like to shout out? Or is there anybody that you want to kind of shout out that has helped you in your journey?
Yeah, most definitely. Well, first off, I want to, you know, shout out God because
Amen,
he's the one that made everything happen. My family and my brother Tenebris. He's in the building right now.
Hey, let's go.
Y'all gonna be hearing a lot from him.
All right. Yeah. So he's an artist too.
Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna have to interview him next. So what else do we have, you know, coming up for you? Where else can we expect to hear from you, see you?
Yeah. So we're talking about social media. You can just go to 11B1U_. And you'll be able to find me almost in every social media like that. On music, B1U. That's simple, you know. And I got a show coming up in January 20th. I need y'all to be there.
Yeah,
you know,
pull up. Where's it at?
I'll get back.
All right, to be announced. So one last question before we get into your track. So obviously, you said you're from Mexico, right? So you fluent in Spanish, yeah?
Yeah.
So do you incorporate that in your music and everything as well a lot?
I got a song dropping soon that is called Borrego, and it's with my boy YSV, and it's in Spanish.
You ever heard of an artist way back in the day, Aztec Escobar? You gotta look him up. I think he got like blackballed or something like that. He is fire. Yeah, you gotta check him out. I think you look up this song called Red Bandana, Aztec Escobar. You gotta check him out. But look, we're gonna get into your track. I've heard it was powerful. You've been saying it. We want to hear it. So just go ahead and introduce your track real quick.
It's called Pain by B1U. Shout out to my brother. Shout out to my mother. I love y'all.
Love y'all. B1U. Let's go.
See the pain in my mother's eyes. Nothing's been the same, I can tell she lies. Ever since my brother got locked up, I can see it all, yeah. Ever since that call, now she ain't the same, no. Now she ain't the same, no. Now she ain't the same. Keep my head up high, gotta take care of this pain. Grinding for my mama, I don't need no fucking chain. Keeps trying to catch up, got me running like insane. Walked into the States, I ain't take no fucking plane. Only 6, that's something that will harm me in my brain. They keep trying to tell me I committed on a crime. Wanna live my life, but they want me doing time. Grinding for my shit, so you know it's really mine. Niggas tryna hate instead of getting on the grind, yeah. Could give 2 fucks. Boy, that shit ain't new to us, cause I can see the pain in my mother's eyes. Nothing's been the same, I can tell she lies. Ever since my brother got locked up, I can see it all, yeah. Ever since that call, now she ain't the same, no. Now she ain't the same, no. Now she ain't the same. Keep my head up high, gotta take care of this pain. Grinding for my mama, I don't need no fucking chain. Death keeps tryna catch up, got me running like insane. Yeah, let me explain. All of these niggas be talking like they really feeling my pain. Wishing I could see my nephew, my niece, and my brother. I know you riding alone, yeah. I know you feel all alone. Hoping we call on your phone, yeah. Praying that you could be home. Praying that you could be home, yeah. I can see the pain in my mother's eyes. Nothing's been the same, I can tell she lies. Ever since my brother got locked up, I can see it all, yeah. Ever since that call, now she ain't the same, no. Now she ain't the same, no. Now she ain't the same. Keep my head up high, gotta take care of this pain. Grinding for my mama, I don't need no fucking chain. Death keeps tryna catch up, got me running like insane.
Should I stay up for the ride? A beach dries and we going down right now. Should I stay around for times? For that love to break when you try to come closer. Should I stay around?
How you feeling today? Yes, we're excited to have you. I like your earring. It's super dope. So tell us a little bit about you. Like, you know, I'm excited to learn about you myself. You know, where are you from? Like, what brings you here?
Okay. My name's Kevin Cruz. Originally, I'm from Puerto Rico.
Okay.
I've been living in Florida for about 8 years at this point now. I've been writing music since I was about 7 years old. And I was never good at actually writing it on paper. I was always kind of like improvising and freestyling as I go.
Okay.
So I was
that's the best way to do it.
Oh, it's so great. I love it. It's magic. Aside from that, I'm 30 years old, dirty 30s.
I'm about to be 32.
I know, we live in it. It's okay. We're the better looking in this generation.
Facts,
It's fine. But yeah, that's kind of my little background. Nothing too crazy there.
Okay. So tell us more about your artistry and your craft. Like, how, you know, I know you said since you were 7, but you know, like, what really inspired you to start really taking it serious? Really, just be like, this is what I gotta do.
Honestly, when I was younger, the way I would kind of approach it, I loved going out for walks just all the time. And I always felt like I was in a little musical in my own little world. So I always loved just building music like that. And I just loved connecting to different people, just getting them to relate and me being able to relate to them without realizing how we can connect.
Yeah. Do you have any like family or friends or people that kind of help shape that or like, encourage you or inspired you to kind of get involved in music?
No, yes and no. It's like when I was younger, I always wanted to be in music, but everyone around me kind of gave me always the feeling that maybe you should think about something else. Maybe you should go in a different direction.
Like doubting you or just...
And kind of in a sense like that. And I guess that's what made me really want it even more. So ever since maybe 3 or 4 years ago, I started pushing more to get my craft out there. And so I put out my first single last year.
Okay, congrats.
Thank you. And I'm trying
what was the response for that? How would it go?
It's insane.
Insane, huh?
Yeah, I'm really happy with it.
That's fire. So what do you have up and coming? Like what?
Up and coming right now, I'm working on an EP. It's gonna be called That's Life. So it depicts like little moments throughout my life in the past couple of years that a lot of people were going through, but you wouldn't hear them really talk about in song.
Exactly, and that's why we're here today.
Yeah.
So, based on those experiences, tell us a little bit about something that you could share with us that you feel comfortable that maybe you had to like go through or you've seen someone else go through that.
Okay.
Overcame.
I think one of my biggest struggles, honestly, depression. I hit a very strong depression a year or two ago, and it's draining. It takes away all your desire to do and want to achieve, and you get frustrated with yourself and just.
You're like, what's the point?
Yeah, why do I even want to keep going at this point? But I don't know. With that same depression, like I found solace in writing. The more I wrote whenever I was going through those phases, it kind of pulled me up, and it pulled me up until I could force myself to go and be like, okay, you gotta work, we gotta grind, and we gotta get what we want in life.
I feel that. Yeah, I can relate to that as well too. And sometimes I feel like when we want to like give up, it's like it's bigger than us.
Yeah.
Like, it's bigger than you. Like, you can't, because God's using you as a vessel. Like, you're, what you have to say, you're just like being used as an instrument. Like, it's bigger than you. The people need to hear you, need to hear your song. So I appreciate you being vulnerable, sharing that, because shout out to everybody, on the live and that's in this room that has ever experienced, any mental health things. I think that a lot of times people try to like sweep it under the rug, but even with me, my music recently, lately too, like I've been really open up about some real stuff that people are like, I never knew Simba went through that. Like, yes, sir, but it's okay because, like we need to like let other people know like it's okay to not be okay, but you're gonna be okay. You know what I mean? Like you're gonna get through it and have, have hope and have faith and be resilient and persistent. So. Yeah, I can feel that energy definitely with you. So, before we get into your track, like, is there anything, is anyone in particular that you kind of want to shout out or give acknowledgement to?
I want to shout out all my friends and family that are watching. Like,
of course.
All my big supporters ever since I've decided to dive into this little journey. Like, everyone's been super wonderful and supporting. So I love you all. And thank you for always like keeping up with me. Thank you.
Word. And I want, if it's cool, I want us to do a little affirmation. I want to really speak into existence and manifesting that. So where is it of one place, one destination that you want to perform?
Ooh. Okay.
And when you say it, I need you to say, I will perform at. Because you got to own it.
I will perform at Madison Square Garden.
Let's go.
I will.
Who is one artist you want to work with?
I know it sounds kind of cheesy, but Camila Cabello.
So say it.
I will work with Camila Cabello.
Let's go. And I need you to write that down somewhere and every day look at it.
I will.
And when anybody tries to tell you, oh, just stop, or that's not helping you get this and that. No. Don't let nobody in say, I will. And you will. Because, I'm telling you, things, they're going to open up. I feel that for you. So we love having you. So let's introduce your track. Shout out your socials and all of that.
Okay, this song is called Tough Love. I wrote this song. This is my very first single. It talks a lot about self-love, how we forget to put ourselves first a lot of the time and we prioritize other people. This song kind of speaks in volumes of who I am as a person, so I hope you guys like it. If you guys want to follow anything on social, my Insta is Dawns Road, DAWNSROAD. Everything else is kind of attached to that, so you can kind of go through there and just hit me up if anything.
All right, let's get into it.
I placed myself a couple of times at the end of the line and I sighed. You can see where I can see where it rises inside. Sat in the back of the bus a few times, always said that I don't mind, but why? You can see where I can see where it rises inside. Overthinking what you do, asking the same questions. What they say when you help the rest, you fall from grace. Wondering why I act like this, trying to make some sense of happiness. If this isn't right, how can I come back to my life? I think I've been nice enough, pleasing all who come along. Don't think that you are the cause. I need to show a little tough love. You say that I get too much. She says I don't care enough. Making assumptions where you walk. I need to show a little tough love. Show a little tough love. Show a little tough love. Show a little tough love. I need to show a little tough love. I place myself in the other shoe, try to see every perspective I could. Walking blindly, I can finally start to see who's coming first. Sharing heart has no shame but laughter, but don't go telling everyone you know. The hardest part is what really comes after. To have to make the choice of letting go. Wondering why I act like this, trying to make some sense of happiness. If this isn't right, how can I come back to my life? I think I've been nice enough, pleasing all who come along. Don't think that you are the cause. I need to show a little tough love. You say that I care too much, and you say it's not enough. Don't make assumptions where you walk. I need to learn to show a little tough love. Show a little tough love. Show a little tough love. Show a little tough love. Tough, tough, tough, tough love. Tough, tough, tough, tough love. Tough, tough, tough, tough love. See what you get and don't be afraid. Tough, tough, tough, tough love. Tough, tough, tough, tough. Tough, tough, tough, tough love. I think I've been nice enough, pleasing all who come along. Don't think that you are the cause. I need to show a little tough love. I think I've been nice enough, pleasing all who come along. Make assumptions where you walk. I need to learn to show a little tough love.
Scrolling down your Instagram feed, searching for a sign of you and me. Let you go, yeah, I'm hurting deep. Is this all because of me? Said, don't know what you want from me, don't know what you want from me. I gave you every part of me, and I couldn't get one piece of you, and still can't get over you, but you won't hear that from me. So why do I do this? Could this make me stupid? Why can't I pick up the phone and just ask you if you got no options and not be attractive? Why can't I pick up the phone? Could this mean that I'm just way too damn stubborn? Hey, so damn stubborn. Why am I just way too damn stubborn? Hey, so damn stubborn. Realized that what I did was wrong. Ran away, but now searching for home. Could you just find your way back to me so we can live in harmony? Said, don't know what you want from me, don't know what you want from me. I gave you every part of me, and I couldn't get one piece of you, and still can't get over you, but you won't hear that from me. So why do I do this? Could this make me stupid? Why can't I pick up the phone and just ask you if you got no options and not be attractive? Why can't I pick up the phone? Could this mean that I'm just way too damn stubborn? Hey, so damn stubborn. Why am I just way too damn stubborn? Hey.
All right, Free Yourself Radio. We are back with the Queen. Artemis, how you feeling?
I'm doing great. How are you guys
Yes.
today?
I'm excited to have you. I know we always see each other in passing, and you're like, I'm gonna get on there soon. And finally you're here.
Yeah.
So we appreciate that, and I'm excited because you have so many titles. You're a singer, an engineer. You know, you're a DJ, right? As of
Yeah.
recently, and you're a mother.
Yeah.
So tell us about like all these hats that you wear.
It's very fun. I just started to DJ. Like
Nice.
literally yesterday was my first gig, but it's an
Hey.
ongoing thing with the venue, so I'm
Let's
very happy
go.
about that. I engineer over at Real Feel Studios.
Yes, Real Phil. Shout out Real. Phil.
Yes, I love them, but temporarily, they're relocating. So as of now, I'm not
Oh,
engineering
okay.
until they open up in the new facility.
All right.
And I do work for Fusion. I do
Yeah.
handle the vendors, and I do,
Oh.
deal with the staff quite a bit. And yeah, and I have a baby at home. She's turning 2 in April.
Shout out to the moms. You know, I can relate. You know.
People don't realize how hard it is when
Nah,
you
they
have a
don't
kid,
know.
man. Like
They
doing
don't
all this
know.
stuff, and you have a baby at home. It's like
Right?
it's
Like we holding it down. Like we have
Yeah.
young daughters. Like
Yeah.
kings and queens.
like literally
Yeah, that's dope,
yesterday.
that's dope. I
I
like
was
that.
happy that I was like, oh, I get to put her to bed before going to this DJ gig. It's like
Yeah,
okay,
Right. It's a lot of the sacrifices people don't see. You know.
Yeah.
But it's very important to put the kids first.
Yeah.
Because all that other stuff is second.
Yeah.
And, they only young once. So yeah. So tell us a little bit about like your journey just in general. Like with everything that you do. Like what started all of it. Like what. Where's the beginning?
All right, so I've actually been singing since I was like a kid.
Right.
Like that's always been the thing. I used to play trumpet back in elementary school.
Mm-hmm.
When I was fresh out of high school, I did a lot of competitions.
Okay.
And I actually did compete out in LA. I
Ooh.
competed at the World Championship of the Performing Arts against 40 other countries, and I placed into the categories.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
We both perform in LA when you're younger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like, but people don't realize that about me. I feel like everybody's gotten used to me being kind of like behind the scenes.
Right.
So it's like I decided when
feel that.
Yeah, when things didn't pan out how I wanted, I was like, I'm gonna go back to school. I'm gonna learn, audio engineering. I'm gonna learn the curriculum, how to make my own stuff, and then just take it from there. I knew once I went back to school, I was going to be able to network.
Right.
So I'm like, and that's everything. And I started interning at a recording studio. Then from there, I actually started working over at Fusion because I was interning at that recording studio. That's actually how I met Jen.
Okay.
And then it's just been kind of continuing from there. Like,
okay.
Yeah,
that's super
it's been pretty
fire.
cool.
We love that. And were you at Full Sail?
No, First Institute.
First Institute. Okay,
Yeah.
that's super dope. So what made you start like getting into the DJing though too?
So the DJing was actually something I kind of wanted to delve into because I used to do live audio before I went into the recording studio.
Okay.
And I've always liked music. I've always liked different sounds and just kind of messing with it. And because I had experience with live audio, I'm like, DJing would be something that I would enjoy.
Yeah.
Because I already kind of have that backing to, go into it. And surely enough, when I went into it, I was like, yep, it's exactly what I suspected. Like, I kind of already was able to transition that information from live audio over to DJing, like understanding the mics and how to connect things and whatever. And I was like, oh, this is awesome. Like, this is fun.
Yeah. And, like, I don't know, I wanted to ask you as a woman, like, have you ever experienced anybody, I know you work with Fusion and you're in positions of leadership, like, I know my experiences, so have you ever had, like, anybody treat you differently or maybe felt like they underestimate or doubt you because you are a woman?
Especially when dealing with gear. I don't care what anybody
says. They feel
says.
like you don't know, like you're not competent.
Yes, because we have a certain stigma. Men are the ones who play with electronics. Men are the ones who understand gear and boards and digital stuff. We don't know what we're talking about. Yeah, we don't know. So that's definitely where I have felt it the most. And it's been in every aspect, from studio to live audio to even trying to get into DJing. It wasn't something that I jumped in as quickly as I would have liked. And it's the same thing. Like, oh, they see a woman there. What is she going to know? You'd be surprised how much I actually know.
Yeah, and it's funny because, like, for me, like, I mean, people know me, but a lot of times if they never, like, met me, they just contact For Yourself page. I keep it separate. I keep the business from the personal separate. Yeah. And it's like one time somebody came up to me like, hey, like, have you ever been, like, to open mic? They're like, you ever been here before? Like, I was like, yeah, like, I run it. They're like, huh? Like, you? Like, you? I'm like, yeah. But the point is it's important because, I'm sure men go through it too, but I have, realized, like, as a woman and stuff, sometimes it's like you're not taken as serious sometimes because you're looked at. So I was curious, being that you're a singer, but you're so much more, what has been that experience for you?
Me, personality-wise, everybody who knows me knows I'm super happy. I'm super bubbly. I'm very much a loving person. I'm always hugging everybody around me.
Hug me a lot
like,
too.
everybody just knows me in that way. You know what I mean? So because I already depict that, they don't take me serious. Like, I'm very much an authority figure. I can put my foot down when I need to and put people in their place if I have to. You have to be that way. And unfortunately, when you're in a male-dominated industry, it's so important to be that way.
Yeah, it's true too. It's like, this is a non-negotiable.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, for facts. I'm learning to be more assertive in that regard too, because I'm sometimes like, it's too nice. It's like, no, you have to be. So you, when it comes to singing, like, what are some upcoming things you have? Like, where are you performing next? Where can we see you?
So, fun fact, I'm actually performing tonight.
Ooh, I'll be there.
I'm going to be performing at the Spotlight Reloaded. I'm going to be doing my new song tonight.
Shout out to Spotlight Reloaded and Leo.
And Drop actually is the producer of this song. So, Dream City.
Yes,
shout out to you. I'm hoping you're watching this, sir. If not, leave me a hard time later.
I don't know if he was going to Miami yet. I know he says he's going to Miami. So
yeah, I know he had plans. I just...
Yeah,
I don't keep up all that great.
I know. So we're gonna get into your track. Before we do, is there anyone that you'd like to shout out or acknowledge? Obviously, you recognize Fusion, you recognize Spotlight, you recognize Drop. Is there anyone else that you...
Honestly, I'm just gonna leave it a little bit on the broad side. Anybody who has supported me. I have met so many people. Different platforms have supported me. Different people that I have met have supported me. Different friends. There's people who support me that don't even know me on a personal level. It's like, at the end of the day, people underestimate. That is your fan base. Even if you're just starting off with people that you get drinks from or people that you don't know but they follow you on IG, that is your fan base. You guys, at the end of the day, are the epitome of my success. Like, if I get to that next point, it's going to be because of word of mouth. It's like with any business. If people don't know who I am, I'm not going to get anywhere no matter how amazing. I could be Tupac Shakur. If you don't know who the hell I am, then who am I? Yeah. You know, at the end of the day. So if you're supporting me, it's true. Like at the end of the day, and like I always tell people one thing: there's millions of songs on Spotify. You have to stand out. So appreciate the people who support you, because they're the ones who are gonna make you stand out. And if you support me, this is for you. Thank you. Keep supporting me. Nothing but love for you. And let's keep this going.
Right. Shout out to all the audience members, because sometimes people think that just because they're not in the spotlight that they're not important. Nah, you're more important than the artist.
You're keeping us here.
You're more important. So just because nobody put a mic, just know that you matter. Because if there's nobody to perform for, then you know what I mean? So that's why for me, it's like I want everybody in the room to talk. I don't care if you're an artist or not. I want to hear what you have to say. You know, everyone has a story to tell. So we appreciate those watching, you know, those that might feel like, well, I don't do anything. Well, I'm not an artist. So you're so important. Like, you're real important. So we appreciate you. So we want to get into your track. We are so excited. We're going to be there tonight, and we're going to support you. So please go ahead and introduce that real quick for us.
All right. So I'm going to make it quick, but I'm going to say one thing. This whole song was freestyled.
Ooh.
The whole song was literally done in one take. I met Drop the first time. He's like, get in the booth, and that was it.
Love Drop.
So I hope you guys enjoy it. I think that's why it came out better, is because it did come from a more natural place,
a real place.
Yeah, a place of just let's have fun with it, let's roll with it, and I
let's
hope you
go.
enjoy it.
All right, let's go. Let's go.
Doesn't seem like you'll be coming home. Continue to hold on, something that's so hopeless. Baby boy, don't toy with me, toy with my emotions. Tell me that you love me, then why are you leaving? Why are you leaving? Why are you leaving? Doesn't seem like you'll be coming home. Am I wasting my time now, trying to hold on to memories of your love and your love's letting go? Told me that you love me, you made me believe it, but it seems that your heart is already out the door. Sway me that you love me, tell me that you need me, baby boy, I'm waiting for you, pick up your phone. Told me that you love me, you made me believe it, but it seems that your heart is already out the
want you to come over, baby. Do it non-stop, yeah. Give me top, want you to come over, lady. Put that pussy on me, yeah. Wet up all the sheets, want you to come over, baby. Yeah, I know you're free, yeah. Just like me, want you to come over, baby. Yeah. Over, baby, yeah, girl. Got your body so excited. Oh, no. Roll it up, I'll let you light it. Girl, you know I want that face, that back and front. Show me something different, baby, I know you the one. Show me what I'm missing, I know you gon' get it done. Had to double back, I had to hit it more than once. Yeah. Show me something different, baby, I know you the one. Show me what I'm missing, I know you gon' get it done. Had to double back, I had to hit you to come over, baby. Do it non-stop, yeah. Give me top, want you to come over, lady. Put that pussy on me, yeah. Wet up all the sheets, want you to come over, baby. Yeah, I know you were free.
Hey, Free Yourself Radio. We are back with a king and artist all the way from Pennsylvania, right?
Right.
All right, CEO Snow, what's good? How
What's
you
good?
feeling?
I feel better.
You feel better?
I feel better, yeah.
That's good.
It's a crazy weekend. I feel better though.
No, I hear that. Yesterday, was yesterday a day for everybody? Like, for me, it was really, really crazy. Like, if I tell you what happened yesterday, you'd be like, huh?
Yeah.
Yo,
Same.
when you thought it was bad, it got worse. But then it got better. And how we here now.
Yeah.
So what's up? Tell us about you. Like, who are you? Tell us all about you.
Well, I go by CEO Snow. That's my newest moniker. I used to be Eskimo Snow when I was a poet.
Okay. Why Snow?
Snow's my last name.
Word.
It's my real name, yeah. So I tell people my name is Snow, and they assume I'm El Chapo. You feel me?
I'm dead.
It's really my name. I don't know what to tell people, but whatever.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
So where you from? What's nationality? Like.
It's a nice little mixture. My grandmother's from Barbados.
Okay.
My grandfather is he's mixed. He's like half white and black.
Yeah.
And then my other grandfather, I was black. His last name is Jackson. Yeah. And then my other grandmother.
Damn.
She is
I'm dead.
like Native American. She's Native American.
Okay.
So, yeah.
All right. So what got you into being an artist? Like, why?
I guess poetry first.
That's dope.
I was doing poetry for like years. I was
For
doing
real?
open mics.
Where at?
Up north in Pennsylvania.
Yo, that's fire. I'm a spoken word artist.
Yeah.
Yeah, slam heavy.
Yeah, I
you
was
did
doing
slams and stuff like that?
competitions. I won awards. I wrote a book.
What?
I did all that. Yeah.
That's so dope. Yeah. Are you
I was
familiar with Brave New Voices or Cup C or Women of the World or?
I was really.
Eye Whips.
I was really doing a lot of stuff like in my local spot in
local
Pennsylvania.
spot?
Yeah, but I did do a little branching out. I was in New York. I did shows in Jersey, but like.
Okay.
I had a lot going on.
You heard in the New York Poets Cafe?
Yeah, yes.
Urban Word?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, sir. That's fire.
Thank
okay. You know Rudy Francisco?
That sounds familiar. Why should I know his name?
He's a poet.
Okay, that sounds familiar, yeah.
So what do you normally write about?
Whatever comes to mind.
Right.
I try to write about like the real my poetry was real like philosophical and it was like emotional because of relationship stuff. So I tried to get away from that with music, and I try to have a little more fun. But I try to be like honest too, cause like all the music I listen to is like gangster as fuck. Like I don't.
Who's your favorite artist?
Right now?
Yeah.
ESTG. Probably right now, but like all time, like Tupac, like Nas, like those are my two favorites.
Nas, hands down.
Yeah, you feel me? But
that's
like, I like the aggression in music, so I listen to a lot of.
Like Kevin Gates.
Not no more, no. I like old Kevin Gates before he started eating booty everywhere. And all that.
Man.
Yeah, y'all know what I'm talking about.
You don't mess with that.
I can't have you promoting it like that, and then he just talking about his daughter started doing it.
I'm just playing.
Do you, bro? You know.
To each his own.
To each his own.
So I gotta know about this track.
All right.
This track that you know the title alone. Let's just get into it. Okay?
All right.
So what's up with the track? Like what's the title of this track?
All right. So the title of this song is called "Side Nigga Saturday."
So what made you write it? Who was the side?
I was the side. What do you
oh
mean?
no.
Yeah.
But like, did you like sign up to be the side, or like did they just make you the side?
Yeah,
And then did you make her the side?
I signed up for that. Yeah,
Dang.
I was toxic. But this is like 2020. You know,
Dang.
Corona stuff is going on. But I was, I don't know. Yeah.
You just,
Yeah.
So what's up? Like what what made you like really come open up about it with the song? Like
with the song, I don't know. The beat was just I don't know. The beat kind of took me. It was just kind of writing, and then once I had found a hook for it, it was like, oh yeah, now I know what I'm dialing into. You know,
Yeah.
It was like a specific like. I don't want to say energy, but like mindset, you know, like I was tapping into and just stayed on for the song.
Okay, so now post COVID, we don't do that no more.
Nah, I'm cleaning up my toxic ways. I don't know. I mean, I brought Toxic Trey with me, so he.
Oh
you know,
no!
He's always trying to bring.
Oh,
me.
y'all toxic from Pennsylvania?
No.
Oh, y'all live here?
No, yeah.
Oh,
These
so-
my homies. These my homies. I actually had lived in Florida for like a year.
Oh,
randomly, yeah.
All right.
I do a lot of random things. I was in Atlanta yesterday.
Huh?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I know. When he DM'd like, oh yeah, I came from. I'm like, huh? That's
Yo,
what's up. That's fire.
Craziest weekend. I literally got here to Orlando, and you texted me on Instagram. He was like, "Are you gonna be pulling up to the show, or are you calling in?" And I was like, "I could call in. I could have called in from Pennsylvania, but it wasn't like a bad kind of what the fuck. It was like more like a. I'm not allowed to curse on here, am I?
Well, it's too late.
All right, my bad.
Late.
My bad.
Oops.
My bad. But yeah, it was like life. I don't know.
Yeah,
Life,
you
Just
here.
life.
What were you doing in Atlanta? Were you performing?
Yeah, so there was like a showcase out there in Atlanta. I found out about it on Instagram.
Yeah.
As I'm booking flights for this, cause I'm like, yo, I'm really about to.
Booking flights. Let's go.
Yeah, I was sitting at the house. Yo, literally, I was at my house, right, and I had just got finished being broke, cause I'm one of those like paycheck to paycheck kind of people. It doesn't matter what my paycheck is. I'm gonna be broke by payday. You feel me? And so.
I know it's hard.
And literally, I'm getting ready to book a flight. I was like, yo, I was just starving yesterday, and now I'm about to book a flight to Orlando. Like, I have to make it make sense.
Yo, that's so accurate, bro.
Yeah, it literally.
Dang.
And so, and then as I'm trying to make it make sense, showcase, ATL, $10,000 grand prize. I'm like, yup, I'm going to do that first. Got friends in Atlanta. I haven't seen them in years. I'm going to do that. Showcase.
How did it go?
It was rigged. It was rigged.
It was rigged.
It was one of those, you got to bring mad people with you to win. I'm like, oh.
Make all the noise.
Whatever. Yeah, I reported them. It's all right. I'm trying to get my money back from Cash App right now.
Oh.
Hit the support
hit
team
the
up.
suit.
Yeah.
Hey.
Scam. I was frauded, you know.
Yo,
so.
I'm dead. That's hilarious.
Yeah.
You're hilarious. That's cool.
Thank you.
So, what do you have coming up?
Yo, so I have
You gonna be in like Philly tomorrow, or?
Yeah, I'm going back to Pennsylvania tomorrow. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but cause I got work tomorrow night. But
Yo, like.
Yeah. But y'all have an album on the way. January 6th is coming out.
Alright.
This single did not make the album.
Alright.
Who's that? My son Day Day. What's up, Day Day?
Hey, Day Day. You toxic too? I'm just saying.
He probably toxic. Yeah, bro's probably toxic. Yeah, he's toxic.
Why toxic would be the most fun? Isn't it crazy?
That's life.
Like,
that's life.
That's how it is.
That's how it goes. But I don't know. I'm real bipolar. You're not gonna catch me in toxic timing all the time.
No.
Nah,
So
not
you're
all
like
the time.
like instead of like Taco Tuesday, like Toxic Tuesday, and it's like, you know.
I have my times, you know. I have my I be trying to chill too, cause you know karma's real. You don't want like, you know, but then you like also don't want to just. What I'm gonna do? I'm gonna just sit in my house all day with my hands folded and just wait for life. Wait for life.
I
you know?
hear that.
So
I hear
it's
that.
Balance.
So, who inspires you the most when it comes to music?
Musically.
I know you said Nas. I know you said Tupac, but.
Probably Tupac inspires me the most.
Yeah.
But I always try to draw like inspiration from like whoever I'm listening to right now.
Okay.
Like, cause I try to keep a rotation of like new artists and like figuring out what sound it is that I like to hear.
Yeah.
You know, that was one thing I had to figure out with my music. Like, I want to make music that I actually want to listen to too. So let me take notes from people that I, you know.
Exactly. Yeah, actually, I'm a teacher. I teach middle school, and I have a big Tupac poster in my classroom. Because, like, they don't know, the little jits do not know that Tupac was a poet before he was a rapper. And he wrote The Rose You Grew from Concrete. And, you know, I teach language arts. So they're like, Miss, don't nobody want to read this old white man, Shakespeare. Like, we really just don't. We don't relate. And I'm like, Tupac was a poet. And it's like, I want them to understand, like, you know, lyrics and stuff. is poetry.
Right.
So you have to, present it to them like that. So before we get into your track, what would be one piece of advice that you would tell the younger Snow?
Younger Snow?
Yeah. Cause you OG Snow now. You're older.
I am OG Snow now.
Yeah. So the younger Snow.
Damn, I don't know if I That's
yes, sir.
I did just accept it. I don't know, cause really, like life was like a mystery for a long time. So I probably just keep it like that. I wouldn't give my younger self no advice.
No.
Do exactly what you did. Maybe record it this time.
Wow.
I don't know. Yeah. Maybe I don't know. I'll give my future self advice.
Okay, what would that be?
Save your money better, bro. Yeah,
dang,
save your money better, bro. Stop being broke. Yeah. Because broke is a mindset.
Make investments, maybe.
Nah, not even, bro. Cause like I'm gonna invest all my money and still be broke, waiting for the investment to flip. I've done that already. So it's just like, yo, just save it. Just sit on it. Just put it away in a bank account. Delete that debit card or whatever. Like whatever you have to do to not touch a certain amount of money.
I feel that. Yeah, that's it. I think that you actually I feel like we should host like some type of like artist like money management class or something, because there's a lot of money that needs to be spent to do all the things that we need to do, like studio time, like paying for beats, like paying for videography, photography, and all that, and then it's just like surviving and living. So it's like, how do you put aside money to make sure, like, investing?
Best advice for artists: go get an LLC for your music. Yo, everything is a write-off after that, bro. Your haircuts, your clothes, all the music that you gotta buy engineering.
But as an LLC or a 501c3?
Nah, LLC.
So you can write it off then?
Yeah, you can write everything off. All the money you spend to distribution, like promotion, all that stuff is write-off. Music videos is write-offs. Like, trips is write-offs, flights, everything you do is a write-off. And then you even on the back end, like your phone bill is a write-off, your rent is a write-off, car insurance. Yes, I'm dropping jewels on you guys. Yes, get an LLC.
I wanna tap in on that too. Hold on, because it's real important that the LLC, and on top of that, you guys need to start investing in your craft. Okay, so you go in these studios, you spend all this money on studio time, but are you asking the engineer how they move, how they do what they do? Are you getting a camera and saving yourself the money from having the video footage and everything? Are you putting it out on all social media platforms so that you're on like TikTok, YouTube? There's so many different like ways to make money nowadays, and you guys are artists, which means you're creatives, which means that any content you put out has dollar signs next to it. Now, it may be a few cents, but guess what? Those add up if you put out valuable content that people want to see, people want to hear. So just keep that same thing. Get your LLC, but invest, and utilize marketing tools that are on Facebook and Instagram, because they're going to boost your numbers. No, they're not fake. You're actually being seen and heard in different places around the world, and that works to your advantage when building your brand.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's really important. I feel like that business side of everything is very important. The creative side is, but it's so important. We appreciate you so much. So where can they find you?
Just Instagram. I don't use Twitter. My Facebook's for the family, so just hit me up on Instagram, CEO.Snow. And then I'm on all the other like musical platforms under CEO Snow.
All right.
Find me there.
That's what's up. All right, so we're gonna get into your track. Tell us the name of the track one more time.
Side Nigga Saturday. This song is for all the ladies with 3 boyfriends. And,
yikes.
And it's for all the guys that know how to play their part.
Sheesh. All right, let's go.
This joint right here called Side Nigga Saturday. This joint right here for all the ladies that got 2 boyfriends. Matter of fact, this for all the ladies that got 3 boyfriends. This for all my niggas that know how to play their part. I put the shades on top of my bucket hat. Fuck with that. Stay away from places where suckers at. You know they rat. If I take a loss, I just run it back and double back. Pay me what you owe for, I come for that. With loaded gats, take a double shot of some Henny Black. Just to relax, thinking about calling that model back. To rub my back, dark skin queen, her ass was fat. Stomach flat, I had that girl doing some jumping jacks. Then blew her back out like a candle. She too hot to handle, I'ma sit her on the stove. Leave her eggs scrambled, leave her hair tangled. In the end, she say thank make you with her legs in the air and her ears behind ankles. Earn my stripes like a bangle. You know just how I roll. Oh, you got some stretch marks, girl. Let me taste those. If that smell like water, put that in my face, though. I'ma call you babe just for today, though. I said I know you got a nigga and he love you, okay, but you mine for the day. You mine for the day. I could take you anywhere. I could show you anything, cause you mine for the day. You mine for the day. Put your phone on silent. I don't wanna hear a ring. You mine for the day. You mine for the day. Now your homegirl jealous and she wanna take your place, but you mine for the day. You mine for the day. I buy you a couple thongs and tell you to try them on, just so I could take them off. I'm ripping it like a bong. I hit her with my baton. She fell in love with my song. Now every time she hear my voice, it's a waterfall. I think it turned me on, just knowing we in the wrong. She sneaking out of the crib, but her nigga probably know that we fucking until the dawn. Up to the early morn. You can't run, shorty, where you gone? Yeah, you taking it, ain't no faking it. When you come back to back, I'm watching how your face a twist. We ain't saying shit, blunt, I'm facing it. She know I'm a star, we going to outer space and shit. I said I know you got a nigga and he love you, okay, but you mine for the day. You mine for the day. I could take you anywhere, I could show you anything, cause you mine for the day. You mine for the day. Put your phone on silent, I don't wanna hear a ring. You mine for the day. You mine for the day. Now your homegirl jealous and she wanna take your place, but you mine for the day. You mine for the day. I'm coming through right now. Be outside. Be outside.
I met her one time in the waters of a pool of fun. She was just as fine as her mama, I was too in love. Said, hey, come over to the corner, I'll roll you a blunt. Here, take you a puff. Let's get into some foolish stuff. She sent her number and a follow. I said, follow up. Your body, that's not hard to swallow. Baby, you my drug. I want you tonight and tomorrow. I am never done. Just in my head is spun. And if she's toxic, let it come. Now, I want to go deep with you. I've lost you. Don't seem so blue. I want you to love me too. I miss you. Come to my room. We can get out of the way, yeah. The beach and get out of this place, yeah. Even if we're gone today, yeah. What the fuck are they gonna say, yeah? No matter what we say, yeah. Things are still gonna be the same. Back to running through the maze, yeah. Until you call out my name. Toxic love, where do we play? My place, your place is never safe. Where do we stay? Toxic love, where do we play? My place, your place is never safe. What do I say? Toxic love, where do we play? My place, your place is never safe. Where do we stay? Toxic love, where do we play? My place, your place is never safe. What do I say?
Love is so toxic, she's ready for fun. For good when you got it with someone you love. Life at the party, she probably don't mind. She feeling the vibe, that's the feeling the night. That's what I know. Took your dose of poison, got your toxic on my mind though. Took it like a drug just to see a different size though. So addicted, maybe we can slide though. You must be out your mind. Toxic, but you're all I need. Don't leave. Hold you down, go real succeed. Like I cut you when you make me bleed. Too deep, but I can't breathe. Yeah. Toxic love. Where do we play? My place, your place is never safe. Where do we stay? Toxic love. Where do we play? My place, your place is never safe. Where do we stay? Where do we stay? I've been running exhausted, get sauce, feeling lost from the games that we play. Sauce to get toxic, get mischief and nauseous. This lace gets you cautious, it's part of the game. Kill them regardless, like diamonds, stay flawless. The pain makes you heartless, can say who's to blame. Quite make a fight, have you screaming in vain. And later same night, have you screaming my name. Guess that's that.
Toxic love, where do we play? My place, your place is never safe. Where do we stay? Toxic love, where do we play? My place, your place is never safe. What do I say? Toxic love, where do we play? My place, your place is never safe. Where do we stay?
All right, Free Yourself Radio. We back again with D Law. Let's go. You were on the radio show before. You've performed open mic. You're always showing love to Free Yourself and to my music. How you doing? How you been?
I'm good.
I told him I said he's Daddy of the Year because he hold it down for his young queens.
Yep. I'll accept that title, like I said.
And not all men get recognized. They're always getting bashed as not doing enough and being an absent father. But I just want to recognize you, give you your flowers. Because you're an artist, but you're also a father, and that's real. So I really want to recognize that. So tell us about you. We know who you are, but tell us a little bit about you again, for those who don't.
All right. Yeah, I go by D Law. I grew up in Orlando. I make music, it's to motivate. It's about my life. And, I do whatever to get that check, take care of my fam, all that.
Yeah, all of that. So tell us about you, like where were you raised? Where were you born? Like
I was born in PA, right outside of Philly, Abington. You might know.
Okay.
And then but I grew up here though. Like we moved to Rosemont in Pine Hills area, and then Oviedo, Lake Nona. I've been everywhere, East Side. So.
Word. And you always have like high energy when you perform. You're always killing it. So tell us a little bit about about music and what it means to you.
Music is everything. Like, I first realized I had a passion for it when I was like 8. And ever since then, like, I tried to quit 100 times, but I just hear a beat or I'll be, waking up and I have just rhymes on my mind. I'm like, this is my God-given talent. This is my passion. So
yeah,
it means a lot. It helps me with a lot. Through them down times, you write, and the up times, you write. So
you feel like it's therapy?
Yeah, for sure, because you like putting your consciousness out, and then you getting feedback.
Yeah.
And you just like getting shit off your chest.
How do you respond to negative feedback or like haters or people that doubt you?
Actually,
have you ever had that happen to you? I mean, I know you're dope. I don't think they did, but in case they have ever.
Well, yeah, like most people don't got the courage to just straight up be like, you trash, but they wouldn't say it anyway because it ain't trash. But you should take any criticism. So anytime somebody give me criticism, I'll take it and say, okay, because that's their take on it. And you can learn from it.
Yeah.
So that's what I do. I just, whatever somebody says, I'll see if it's true.
Yeah.
And then I'll learn from it.
So you take it as a teachable moment.
Yeah.
Word. Yeah. That's dope. Right. So, what do you have coming up? Like, what can we expect from you, musically wise?
I'm about to drop a EP or album, LP. I haven't figured out what to really call it, but a project's coming out.
A project's coming soon?
Yeah, it's going to be called Just Do It.
Just do it.
Yeah.
You gonna get Nike to endorse it? Or?
Hell yeah.
Yes,
I did Adidas on my last one, so all day I dream about success.
So that's why you because of Nike?
Well, no, it's just a ring to it. Like, just do it because, you could procrastinate. You be like, oh, I want to wait for the right time, the amount of right people. I gotta have the money. Like, just go do it. Like, just do it, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Stop hesitating. Facts. Yeah. For real. Like, it's like, why are we doing all this talking? Like, go.
Just
you know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like, let's go. So I agree. Yeah, that's super dope. So what has been one thing that has been like really exciting for you? Like something like a great memory, like the last great memory you had, like you were like, man, that was good. Like whether it was writing, recording, performing, whatever.
The last great memory?
Yeah.
You know what? When I performed at Fusion with my brother.
Yeah.
That was a great memory because the sound system was good, the lights was good. Like we waited all night. And, a lot of people left, and then it was a small crowd, but it was intimate. So when we got on the stage, we rocked that shit. And a few people came up, they're like, I got to go after that. Like, so that energy was nice. And, my brother, he turned up on that one because sometimes he'd be more, like, laid back. But that one.
What venue was that at?
It was Fusion right across the street.
Yeah. Oh, Hanau Word. Yeah.
What is it?
At the Hanau Center.
Yeah, that's Hanau Center. That's for camp, right?
I think so.
It's camp. Yeah. Fusion does camp there, so it's pretty dope.
Okay, that's fire. Yeah. All right, yeah, that's super dope. So, we know already like a little bit about you, but explain to us again about your name. Like, tell us more about.
Okay, D Law. So it's a breakdown of it. Dynamic lyricist at war. An
acronym.
Yeah, but it's just my name. It's the first initial of my first name and the first 3 of my last name.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. And I got other analysis like Devant Laurent. So that's still D-Law.
So you into acronyms a lot and stuff like that?
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
And then I like Lyrical Van Gogh because I paint pictures with my lyrics.
Okay. So who's like the last artist that you listened to?
On on the way here, I was listening to Tribe, and We Got the Jazz.
Okay.
That's like my favorite song by them.
Yeah, that's fire. Do you like K-Dot and all them?
Of course.
Like TDE and all them?
Yeah, I fuck with all TDE.
Yeah.
Schoolboy.
All of them.
All of them, yeah. J-Rock too. Yeah.
Right. If you could get like one of your lyrics tatted on you, what would it be?
I thought about that too. Like
or a girl, if she's like, Dila, I'm gonna get it tatted on me. What you gonna tell her? Yes.
What, a lyric?
Yeah.
I don't know. I had some. But I gotta go back on my songs. Like
Wait, have you ever happened to you? Like a girl ever be like, I'm gonna get your name or your lyrics tatted on me?
Yeah, actually.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Girls really be like wilding like that?
The mother of my children. She got my.
Oh, all right. Yeah. Oh, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, that's dope. Though. I like seeing it. For real, like yeah.
Yes, sir. I remember I
big
time almost got a guy's name tatted on me. Thank God I was good. I didn't do it. I was like almost one time.
Yeah.
But what would be the lyric though?
Damn, that's hard to go off the top of my head. You know how many songs I did?
Or I guess just what's one of your favorite like lyrics that you've said?
Let me see.
I know you gotta sit back and think
I'll
about
probably,
the songs.
One's like, you only get one life, so roll the dice. Nah, that's old, but
something like
I don't know. I have to look through my music.
Well,
I probably could post that shit later. But I already had some saved, some lyrics I do want to get tatted on.
That's dope.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you guys, like as artists, y'all, and me too, I'm artists, like maybe you should put like your lyrics as quotes in picture frames and sell them, you know.
Ooh.
Just make sure you give me 10% when you guys do that. I just gave you an idea to make money because, you know, LV was talking about earlier, everything that we do, we have to be creative. I just gave you an idea.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Word. So we want to get into your track.
Okay.
So where can the people find you? And, you know, like just where can we find you? How can we contact you? Are you open for bookings? Are you open for features? Can people book you for that?
Yeah, I'm open for all that. Like, I got email is dlaw2raw@yahoo.
Word.
Instagram is d.law2raw.
Okay.
Yeah, and features, it got to be the right artist though. Like we got to click. Like
what about if it's the right price? I'm just playing.
Yeah, price too, but it got to be like.
I hear that. It's gonna be in alignment with what you got. Yeah.
Exactly.
Nah, that's facts. Somebody was just talking about that. There's a rapper, Caleb. He's a Christian rapper, and he was talking about like really like being particular about who he collabs with. So.
Yeah.
Right, so we're gonna get into your track. So if you want to go ahead and introduce it.
All right. This is called "Hustle Up," Cruise Control, the newest track I got out right now. It's on all platforms.
Let's go.
Hustle up, yeah, get that money up, yeah, yeah. Hustle up, yeah, get your money up, yeah, yeah. Hustle up, yeah, get that money up, yeah, yeah. Hustle up, yeah, get your money up. Hit the ass for the cash, check them ass for the cash, check that ass for the cash, grab your mask for the cash, use your hands for the cash, move bass for the cash, stand for the cash, work and pay tax for the cash. Whatever work for you, invest in mental tools, not designer clothes and shoes, never been a fool. If I go broke, I'ma use my tool, not the type to 10 corners begging you. I cut corners and bend the rules. I'm usually a nice dude, but you ever seen a dog without food? Reach your hand out, it's biting you. And bitch, I'm trying to eat a wolf and wool, faking bleeds, but I can't fake how I growl on these beats. Give you nightmares, make you wet your sheets, splashing through these beats like Freddy. You ain't ready, I aim steady, swim when I get the Fetty, then reload it. I'm focused, fly like a locust. You want smoke, you disappear, hocus pocus. I got magic in my city, boy, and you know this. Violence may be necessary, but if it's aimed at me, I don't condone it. Take this as your warning. Hustle big, your chest can't hold it. Paper so thick, you can't even fold it. Hustle up, yeah, get that money up, yeah, yeah. Hustle up, yeah, get your money up, yeah, yeah. Hustle up, yeah, get that money up, yeah, yeah. Hustle up, yeah, get your money up. Hit the ass for the cash, check them ass for the cash, check that ass for the cash, grab your mask for the cash, use your hands for the cash, move bass for the cash, stand for the cash, work and pay tax for the cash. Slow money, better than no money. Got no money, get up and work, dummy, cause the whole world controlled by money. Even the homeless and broke still begging for the money. Hustle up, yeah, get it up, yeah. Hustle up, yeah, get it up, yeah.
share hurt, but I ain't drop a tear. Now I pay all the bills in my whip, master year. No cosign off the lot. Do you know how that feel? Been through a lot. Until they fall off, I'ma ride their wheels. On God, I'ma reach 10 mil. I'ma reach 10 mil. Turn it up, yeah. Turn it up, yeah. To the max. D-Love, free your fucking mind, bitch. Put this shit on cruise control, so we don't lose control. Put this shit on cruise control, so we don't lose control. It ain't a sprint, it's a marathon. Ride to the whistle off, put the spare on. I beat up every snare I'm on. They staring on, pedal to the floor, and I'm gone. To the riches from the bottom, from the trenches. Literally was digging trenches, penny pitching, trying to get it, stealing shit. Then I flip it, status determined my digits. Street life, I ain't living, but I get it. I was privileged with parents driven to get it. When shit got hard, mom got another job. Said if she ain't home, warm chicken, popcorn. Lock the door, listen out when you snore. And you better answer that phone when that ring come on. When I got my first check, I paid off a phone. When I got my first check, I put a take on F. Cause she the effing best. I'm a hustler, do anything for a check. Even if that means wearing work jeans and a safety vest. Put this shit on cruise control, so we don't lose control. Put this shit on cruise control, so we don't lose control. It ain't a sprint, it's a marathon. Ride to the wheels fall off, put the spare on. I beat up every snare I'm on. They staring on, pedal to the floor, and I'm gone. Set the speed, push the button, let that shit go. Set the speed, push the button, let that shit go. Set the speed, push the button, let that shit go. She say I push the buttons, I'm just on cruise control. Pass these niggas like it's nothing, I'm on cruise control. Passive income, getting money, all day like a toll. That mean I'm getting money, on cruise control. Used to share with, now my shit on cruise control. When I tell my mom my vision, she said she don't see my vision. So I bought her a television, I'ma be on them 70 inches. My girl asked what I bring to the table, so I bought her a table. That's how you bust a fuck up. I put in hard work, I ain't luck up. Stop all that yelling swing, shut the fuck up. You probably broke, go up my flow and get your dough up. You know what? Put this shit on cruise control, so we don't lose control. Put this shit on cruise control, so we don't lose control. It ain't a sprint, it's a marathon. Ride to the whistle off, put the spare on. I beat up every snare I'm on. They staring on, pedal to the floor, and I'm gone.
I'm in my bag up on riches from them rags. Was on my, now I keep inches on my. Balance my body, pop off tags. No Illuminati, ain't sell my soul, but I saw snap. I'm in my bag. No, I'm in my bag. Was doing bad, hopped off my cash. Was on my last, I got on beat and got on track. I'm in my bag. No, I'm in my bag. See that I'm on this when they try to mention my past. Stay out my DMs and my bitches kiss my. Yeah, I'm that baby, I got that juice on Similac. Bitch, I ain't y'all. Don't mention my dad, cause I'm a slam. What? I'm a flame. Hot sauce like Beyonce, I'ma make them say my name. Work it like Missy, I know you can't stand the rain. Can't take no L's up in my aim, that means no lanes. Went over your head, put it on the hood. I'ma make that bread, I'ma live life good. Oh, you ain't stuntin' me? Well, I can't tell, cause you stay by me like I'm a nail. I'm in my bag up on riches from them rags. Was on my, now I keep inches on my. Balance my body, pop my then pop off tags. No Illuminati, ain't sell my soul, but I saw snap. I'm in my bag. No, I'm in my bag. Was doing bad, hopped off my line to the cash. Was on my last, I got on beat and got on track. I'm in my bag. No, I'm in my bag. Stay in my face, but face will give me space. Stay off my page if you ain't like it, then you hatin'. A toast, but this cat here macaroni. Make the baddest bitch, his whole check on me. Tryna cook your need to watch your homie. He been on my trail, say supply the pack you sell. He must don't know me, I got my own homies. And we cat Can't trust the words, you gotta show me. I'm in my bag, up on riches from them rags. What's on my, nah, I keep inches on my. Balance my body, pop my and pop off tags. No Illuminati ain't sell my soul, but I saw snap. I'm in my bag. You know I'm in my bag. Was doing bad, hopped off my to the cash. Was on my last, I got on beat and got on track. I'm in my bag. No, I'm in my bag.
All right, Free Yourself Radio. We are back with Die Young, the powerful artist, poet, everything with his queen, young queen right here. How you feeling today?
I'm good, feeling great.
Yes, we are so excited to have you. You're super dope. I remember the very first time I saw you, you were like, yeah, I'm from New York, and you had a powerful message, and you performed before multiple times at the open mic. So tell us a little bit about you. For those of you who don't know you, where are you from? Like, tell us about you and why you have that name.
I'm originally from the Bronx, New York, birthplace of hip hop. I call myself Die Young because where I come from, the life expectancy is half of 70. I was originally a hip hop artist that went by DY the Don, and when I crossed over to the spoken word art form, I didn't want to have that Don, persona. I wanted to leave that behind, and do more positive, uplifting art. And I took the DY and turned it into Die Young.
Okay. And I know you talk a lot about like some real stuff in your poetry. Yeah. So tell us a little bit about, what really made you transition from an artist, like a rapper, to a poet.
I would say just the growth as a man, as a human being. I come from the streets. I have a street background. I was involved in everything from that you could possibly do in the streets. And as I got older, after having my daughter, and as I got older in age, it was just like I realized that can take me away from what's really important in life, and so I decided to leave that alone, leave that behind.
Right. Yeah, it's really powerful. If you ever hear him spit poetry, it's like, man, he's teaching you a lesson, dropping gems. So tell us a little bit about you had some topics that you wanted to kind of talk about today.
I mean, more or less, just I have my daughter here with me, so that's a good topic to talk about. Autism. My daughter's autistic. If anybody don't know what that is, it's a spectrum where where kids have like sensory issues, and like my daughter's nonverbal. My daughter doesn't talk. She got diagnosed when she was 3 years old. She's 8 now. You know what I'm saying? It's a struggle as a parent raising an autistic child. You know what I'm saying? And but God gives his strongest battles to his strongest soldiers. Feel me?
Facts. And you a great father. I love that. All these fathers down here today, kings. That's amazing. So what has been one, really difficult moment that you maybe had to overcome? Like, I know you had some wild stories, especially being from New York, and you know what I mean? Like some wild stuff.
I would say the biggest struggle in life I had to overcome was
prison. How long were you?
I went to prison when I was young. I went to prison when I was 16 years old. I came out when I was 32.
Dang.
I was involved in an incident where someone lost their life, and that was like a life-changing moment for me, life-teaching moment for me.
Yeah, come a little closer.
Just the transition from a boy to a man, and
Dang.
Doing it in a confined space, where it's like where you have to actually be determined for growth, because it's really a place where they don't, growth is not really nurtured.
No.
You're turned into a savage, and to not become a savage, you have to really fight. And I think that was like one of my biggest challenges that I overcame, is coming home without having that PTSD.
Dang.
And being a savage.
Yeah, I feel that, man. That's crazy, but God, you have a powerful testimony for real.
Thank you.
So, while you were locked up, things like that, did you write? Did you read?
Oh, yeah, writing was my salvation. It was like, that was like my pen became my sword. It became like my therapy, my outlet. I read and I wrote, and that's what kept me alive. That's what kept me sane.
What's one of your favorite things to read that you've read?
Oh, I've read everything from history to political science. I read everything from Latin history and how we coincide with African history. I read political like Art of War by Sun Tzu, Prince Machiavelli.
48 Laws of Power.
48 Laws of Power. Yeah, all of that.
Okay.
Mommy, stop.
All right. And I think you said that you performed before at New Eurekan.
Oh yeah.
New Eurekan Poets Cafe, famous.
New Eurekan was founded by a Puerto Rican poet.
Yep.
It was.
I performed there too.
It's been in the city since the 70s. It's like a historical landmark.
It is.
And it's where I won my first slam competition.
Yes, sir. Are you familiar with Urban Word?
Urban Word?
Yeah.
I'm more familiar with Inspired Word.
Okay.
In New York City.
Okay. Urban Word is a movement, a youth movement out there. That's super dope. Yeah, I would love, if you could spit a freestyle for us. I heard that you got a little something. Do you think that we can do that, LV?
Definitely. Let's get into it.
Let's go. This is exclusive. And while she's pulling up the beat, if you want to shout out your Instagram and where we can find you.
My Instagram is DIEYOUNGBX. That's my YouTube. That's my that's my Facebook. All my social media platforms. I got music videos, old music videos. I mean, the last music video I did was in 2017. But I still got material out there.
Okay.
Big shout out to New Eurekan. Big shout out to Smooth, La Bruja. You know what I'm saying? Destiny. Big shout out to Inspired Word. My brother Mike. Inspired Word was actually the first place that gave me a opportunity to headline a poetry event. I was a feature performer the first time I was ever a feature performer for spoken word.
Fire.
All
right, that's super dope. All right, let's go. Gotta get close to the mic. Yeah, close to the mic. It's exclusive.
Push the panic button before I start cutting niggas for front. Rhyming like they OGs. Talking about how they throw keys and blow trees. These niggas slow G ain't never touch a OZ. Use a baller motherfucker, then you better show me where your flicks at, with all the whips at, where your chicks at. She's bringing you trees, then nigga twist that. Where your chips at? You said you popped the crystal, all I see is 40s and 6-packs. Where I'm from, you spit that, you better live that. Cause real niggas don't dig that. Frontin' like a Big Mac when you're sweeter than a Tic Tac, you might get bit smacked. I just sit back and do the knowledge. Decent kindergarten niggas, son, I'm up in college. On a pedestal, DY's a general. Essential, like vitamins and minerals. See, I was born with the mind of a criminal. This is subliminal. I keep associations with broke niggas to a minimal. I'm liable to spit it through. From the Tech 9 just to get rid of you, nigga. So respect mines. How many grams in a quarter key? If you cop a big ace, how many grams it ought to be? You niggas is disorderly. Don't go accordingly to rules set forth. And then you wonder why DY be ignoring me. It's cause I've had it up to here with your illusions. I show you cut, I show you pure. You can't choose, it's too confusing. Niggas like you, I find amusing, abusing the dope game. And can't tell the cocaine from the cocaine. Can't tell the heroin from the quinine. I feel like yoking y'all niggas and suffocating y'all with cyanide. Why you lie, son, you ain't impressing me. I know your style, you're from a street called Sesame. Get out my face before I make you a memory. Talking about you cook crack, yet don't even know the recipe. Fuck you telling me, just a bunch of fantasies that you read about. And don't know half of the shit that you speak about. I take a bitch and freak her out. Sprinkle coke on her before I eat her out. When was the G about? And if there's a seed of doubt, I know you heard her. Sex, money, and murder. Bills, bitches, and burners. I speak the truth like Sojourner. Love me or hate me. Die young, baby.
Not up to date with the history. Fire. More bars.
Yes,
Bra,
of course the queen is going to recognize a queen.
Come on now. Let's go. Okay, y'all give it up. That's super dope. Hey.
But let me just say this. That's my old style.
Right. That's his old style. Yeah, he's not.
I just wanted to show like what I feel. What I feel like my purpose was that because I come from that.
Yeah.
That the youth.
That grimy.
The youth is gonna listen to me. When
right, that credibility.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm one of them, and I'm not somebody that's just speaking. I'm speaking from experience.
Right.
And that's what I try to do with my poetry now. Is like speak from experience, but do it in a more positive.
And speaking of that, we got to get you to talk to some of my youth, cause Lord, yeah,
yes, definitely.
Yes. All right, so we're gonna get into your track. What is the name of it?
All right, the track I brought because like I said, I'm not really doing music anymore. So I actually brought a track from my brother, a very like if we were blood, I mean, we couldn't be more tighter by blood. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
He actually passed away
Dang.
from COVID.
Rest in power.
During the pandemic. You know what I'm
Wow.
saying? And his music is still streaming. You know what I'm saying? And you know, he's still feeding his family from heaven. You know what I'm saying? And so the song I'm getting into is one of his tracks. It's called "We Want It All." The artist is Meg BK. And you know, he's dope, man. And if anybody listening out there, give him a listen, give him a stream. I'm telling you, you're not gonna be disappointed. And he's feeding his kids from up above.
Dang, that's real. We appreciate you so much. So let's get into it.
Meg told me he wanted it all. I told him I want it all. But it takes grind. Real shit. Meg. Block work.
Let's do this one for the streets.
Yeah. We want it all. Know that I'ma get this paper. Nigga, I was born to ball. Yeah, we want it all. If I ever left the hood, I keep the team round. Slept with bitches that a nigga would've dreamed about. Hitting 7 digits so niggas quicker to speed down. That's all I see now. I want it all.
Yeah, we put it all on the line. No time for the fan when we on the grind. We didn't have a dime once upon a time. Put 10 on my neck cause I wanna shine. You know I'm good if you know me well. The word is that I'm up like a ponytail. I just got a letter from my homie Sal. He told me stay up, give you phonies hell. These hoes love the bros cause we doing things. My unit rings, I'm eating with a crew of kings. Nice guy, so I thought I'd give your boo a fling. Now I stay in her pussy like a Nuva ring. I started with a P, got it rockin'. Now I'm texting with a nigga that be cropping. They saying I should chill cause they watching. Gotta feed the kids, I ain't stopping.
We want it all. Know that I'ma get this paper. Nigga, I was born to ball. Yeah, we want it all. If I ever lay the hood, I keep the team round. 7 bitches that these niggas would've dreamed about. Hitting 7 digits so niggas quicker to speed down. That's all I see now. I want it all.
Yo, we just tryna make it out. We hustle every day, yeah, we shake it out. Gotta switch it up when the Jake is out. Another day of freedom, all we pray about. My bro just caught a gun charge, pray for him. I hope he make a meal before they take him in. His chances of beating it a paper thing, but he'll get the minimum, it's a paper thing. You wouldn't understand if you don't live this. You get it done when they know you about your business. Never personal, it's just business. And if it gets personal, give them the business. They tell me be careful who they telling. They talking to a felon that been gelling. We can't talk if you ain't buying what I'm selling. We can't talk if you ain't buying what I'm selling.
We want it all. Know that I'ma get this paper. Nigga, I was born to ball. Yeah, we want it all. If I ever lay the hood, I keep the team round. 7 bitches that these niggas would've dreamed about. Hitting 7 digits so niggas quicker to speed down. That's all I see now. I want it all. Niggas dying every day, and we don't trust them cause they be lying every day. I'm busting plays, stacking up, trying to find a way. Until then, we pushing powder like Mary Kay. I ain't with none of that bitch ass shit, man. None of that soft ass shit, man. Sour diesel in a wild bag. Riding slow, windows tinted, bumping Hail Mary. Chopper spray and it'll leave a whole crowd back. They was talking gang, net them in this wild sky. I'm from the 410, where niggas dying every day. And we don't show her some cause they be lying every day. I'm busting plays, stacking up, trying to find a way. Until then, we pushing powder like Mary Kay. She just wanna party, got that fidget in her. But we just see the money, we don't see these niggas. My bitch is 38, and she clean as ain't no winner. Revolver with a speed loader, that's a fidget spinner. Niggas out of line, but we know what to do with them. Pull up in a U-Haul like we moving in.
got a clue about it. And we don't owe these niggas nothing. Wait, I might be lying. I gotta pay him a visit. I think it's about that time. Making us death before dishonor like we samurai. And we use our baby mamas as an alibi. Dolo came home and said, let's get to work. It ain't no silver spoon, we had to get it out the dirt. I sold it all, food stamps, weed, perks, and shirts. From the 1st to the 3rd, 3rd to the 31st. We was hand in hand, looked like we was passing flyers. Now we boss, any moves, you gotta run it by us. Send the business to a casket if they ever try us. Send some flowers to his mama, call up Bernie Thomas. TD Jake, Elfskin, Jamal Bryant. When I see these snakes, my thoughts go all violent. All these Genjis is my brothers, I go off by them. Splash you and forget about it. Look at the Alzheimer's. All summer we gon' rain, blame Carl Thomas. Probably spend your signing bonus on some weed grinding. Yeah, don't try to add me in the mentions. You sweet and you fake, you a splendid nigga. Big revolver, pants falling, these suspended nigga. I ain't started, but I'm about to put an end in nigga. Burn it to your face, looking though I blow your grill out. You said you want beef, you see me and you like chill out. Every time we cook up, look like we just did a cookout. Every time we cook up, look like we just did a cookout. I'm from Baltimore, the city they shot the wire. 4 or 5 on me, I'm Jordan out of retirement. You ain't about that life, Lord, and they don't ever lie again. Burn your house down, spin the block and shoot the firemen. Niggas ain't about that, this shit they be talking, man. That's why the streets fuck with me, man. They know I'm authentic, man. Everything from the hood, y'all.
Different.
Ooh, yeah. Bro, come on, these bitches can find it. They do what I want, so my clothes design. And my BBs hit different, so bright that it blind you. If you play a role, baby, I could be your sponsor. Money getting thrown in the air, give me that, yeah. Drive it down, nigga, might just pay your rent, Take you to the hills from the jets, yeah. Fly you overseas, private jet. BB's on my neck, my time on protect. Everything is on the I look like a cake, yeah. Eat that Benny on the floor, bag of says fit. Me and niggas private and explore the islands. Play a role, I can be a sponsor, yeah. Message in the bottle, like I'm Gavin Dosner. Introduce you to the front of things, ain't no problem, no. Take it from the hood to the hills in 3 hours. Blue faces on me. I spin it hard, please. When you drop it down on me. I can make it rain easy. Give me what I need. No, I ain't all to please. If you give it all to me, I can show you what I mean. Come on, these bitches can find it. They do what I want, so my clothes design. And my BBs hit different, so bright that it blind you. If you play a role, baby, I could be your sponsor. Money getting thrown in the air. Give me that, yeah. Drive it down, nigga, might just pay your rent. Take you to the hills from the jets, yeah. Fly you overseas, private jet.
Listen, you gotta pay attention. All the words I mentioned, hey, say we up, cause we been down too long, in the belly of the beast, but now it's time to go home. Who up, cause we been sleep so long, counted us as the least, but we the heirs to the throne. Who up, cause all I see is lost sheep, deep sleep, can't breathe, surrounded by our enemies. Look up, and you can see it in the skies. Gotta read between the lines, the revolution won't be televised. Phone got you hypnotized, believing lies, but it was written in the lines. You don't recognize the times, you know, famine, pestilence, and rumors of war. Time to free from Babylon because she's a whore. Red mark on the door, yeah, I'm covered for sure. Ready to purge so I can merge and congregate with the pure. They all say that they chosen, but they don't fit in that curse. That's how I know we cause we done been through the worst. Said we up, cause we been down too long. In the belly of the beast, but now it's time to go home. Who up, cause we been sleep so long. Counted us as the least, but we the heirs to the throne. Who up, cause all I see is lost sheep. Deep sleep, can't breathe, surrounded by our enemies. Look up, and you can see it in the skies. Gotta read between the lines, the revolution won't be televised. Revelation 2 and 9, they been lying. Trying to find my identity, but it's been plagiarized. You know, stolen from Africa, brought to America. Can't control no more, so they gotta get rid of you. Tried to bury the truth, but forgot we was seeds. Didn't allow us to read. All the proof is overseas. Fear no man if he bleed. Exodus is what we need. Say the blind leading the blind. I pray my light help you see. That we up, cause we been down too long. In the belly of the beast, but now it's time to go home. Who up, cause we been sleep so long. Counted us as the least, but we the heirs to the throne. Who up, cause all I see is lost sheep. Deep sleep, can't breathe, surrounded by our enemies. Look up, and you can see it in the skies. Gotta read between the lines, the revolution won't be televised.